Hey guys, and welcome to the live stream. Welcome to a brand new episode of my series all about fairies and fays. How's everybody doing out there? Happy Thursday. Sorry I'm late. I wish I wasn't late. But yeah, life happens and you gotta like catch it by the balls, right? Oh my god. But yeah, happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be painting. I'm going to show you guys kind of step by step how to paint this fairy in the woods, or at least I'm going to show you how I do it. Right? I'm going to show you how I do it step by step, and we're going to be doing it in gouache. So grab all your materials. You don't necessarily have to use what I'm using, but you can use anything you want. And of course, today's image is also available on Patreon for those of you that want to follow along, or you just don't know how to draw, or you're just not interested in that aspect of things. Definitely you can catch it over there, right? But yeah, happy Thursday. Welcome to our bonus stream. I'm so happy to be here. It's going to be exciting. If you happen to be pun replay, put down hashtag replay crew. Let me know where you're coming in at. And just in case you guys are new around here, my name is Danielle, and I am an artist, illustrator, mom, entrepreneur, and all the things. I like painting flowers and portraits. So on this channel, you're going to find a lot of flowers, portraits, and all sorts of other things like that. So if you like that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. So yeah, now that we got housekeeping out of the way. Oh, and of course, for those of you that are really interested, I'm going to also be putting, wait, hold on, you guys. I'm going to also be putting timestamps for those of you that want to follow along with me. Maybe you have the traceable or you have the coloring page and you want to just like follow me as I kind of flow through this painting. It's going to be a fun one. I'm going to try to get as in depth as I can. But yeah, I will put timestamps down after the live stream is over. So you can always come back and watch it, play me while you kind of flow through your day and yada, yada, yada. Okay? So let's do some intros. Hey, everybody. Hey, yo. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Jada's in the house. We got Jada. Hey, D. How you doing, boo? What is popping, you guys? Thank you for showing up. My regular dagglers is always coming through. How you feeling, you guys? I hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. All the things. Yeah. So I'll tell you guys all the story about like the technical difficulties and stuff like that. If you guys hadn't noticed, we kind of picking up the live streams again. We were supposed to do this particular um painting last week as like a bonus, but then I started having all this lagging issues, technical difficulties, yada yada yada. So I was like, damn, I don't know what's going on. I think it's because of the heat. It's just like the equipment is just not loving it, right? So again, if you happen to be putting a replay and you don't want to hear me yapping, I'll put timestamps below so you can kind of fast forward. But yeah, my camera, I have a good camera, Sony camera. It's really good, crisp video, nice photos. However, it does not do well in like very hot weather. So I found myself like every time it would get really hot in my studio, or especially during the summer days, it's going into summertime, it would get like overheat and then it would like lag up and then all these things. Same thing with my laptop, it does the same thing. So I actually went out and I invested in a new camera setup. So let's pray, let's like twist our fingers, toes, our tetas, the whole 9 yards, that we don't have any major lagging and all that stuff. So we'll see if it's really the camera or is it my computer. We'll see. So yeah, let me put my props away and put it over here somewhere. And I'm going to show you guys the materials that we're going to be using for today's kind of like step-by-step process. I have my porcelain palette. One of my favorite things in the whole wide world, especially if you use watercolor or gouache. You definitely need a porcelain palette. It is your best friend. It's very easy to clean. I literally just sprayed it with some Lysol or some hot water and it was clean. Again, the same thing. I have another, this same brand. I forgot what the brand is called, Mead, something like that. But anyway, if you guys are really interested, you can check it out in the Discord because I have a whole channel in the Discord all about like my favorite supplies and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so you don't know what you're missing unless you have one of these porcelain palettes. Okay, girl? So I have a porcelain palette. So I can easily mix stuff off to the side. You're not gonna be able to see it with this new camera. It doesn't give me like a wide angle like I would like to. But I'm pretty pleased with it so far. But I'm gonna mix my colors together right here on the live so you can kind of see. And then we're gonna be using acrylic gouache because that's my absolute favorite of all time. But you don't necessarily have to use gouache. You can use whatever you want. You can use acrylic paint. You can use watercolors, whatever, girl. It's your world. We just live in it. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to be using two different types of acrylic gouache, really. I'm going to be using Turner acrylic gouache, which is a really good brand. I really like it. It's not as pricey as Holbein. And then I have my number one favorite, which is Holbein. Holbein is my absolute favorite. I love it so, so much. And we're going to use the regular suspects, the different colors that I like, right? Right. So with lots of like 2 colors of each, 2 yellows, two browns, 2 whatever. That gives me enough of a variety. But I mean, technically with the primary colors, you can kind of get whatever variations of stuff that you need. And then of course you always need a white, a large white paint. And it doesn't matter what type of paint you're using, you definitely want a large white paint. And don't forget, you guys, if you're liking the video, don't forget to like it. That helps me out in the algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? Don't forget to subscribe and share it with your mom, your sister, your brother. So this is going to be a nice, chill painting session. I get to kind of yap about what's going on with me. We get to kind of decompress and not think about the fact that the world is on fire right now. The world is on fire and there's a orange person like burning the world to the ground right now. So we're not going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to just paint and we're going to act like we're not living in this world right now. You know what? That's why I picked this theme to like fairy tale, woodsy, yada, 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 because then I don't have to be like thinking about like, oh my God, like the world is burning to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, I'm substituting my red for a quinacridone magenta. In case you guys didn't know, let's see. There it is. There it is. And I'm sacrificing my red because I like the fact that the magenta is like a red undertone. You can get so many beautiful colors, but it still has like pink. It's so like you can do so much with quinacridone magenta. So as you can see, I don't really use red a lot, but I mean, I will use red if I have to, right? But I'm going to put it out anyway, because if you mix them two together, it's great stuff. It's great stuff. But I kind of run through that quinacridone magenta Burrell. I be running through it, boy. Let's put this here. That's just purple. We don't really need purple, but I'm gonna put it out anyway. Purple is also a good alternative for black because I kind of substitute black for that sometimes. This is just convenience colors. These colors, because you could always add white to like whatever blue in that to give it a light blue. And then I'm gonna put a green. Again, green is a convenience color. You know, if you mix yellow, and you could actually mix yellow and black together, and you get a green too. I don't know if you guys knew that, but yeah. I don't know what's going on, um, but for the most part, yellow and blue, it'll give you a green. For those of you that don't know, I know most of us are artists here, so you probably should know, or you will know. However, I remember when I first started out being an artist, and I like asked somebody a basic question. I was like, "Yo, how do you mix like brown or something?" I asked this one artist. I'm gonna spray my palette also. Yeah, because I have my spray bottle. And I'm doing that just to keep things moist. And I'm gonna put it off to the side. I'm also using I think it's like 100% cotton watercolor paper, whatever, inside of my Arteza watercolor notebook or whatever sketchbook. Let me bump up. So yeah, very exciting stuff, you guys. Very exciting stuff. So yeah, anyway, so I asked this artist one time. I was like, "Oh hey, oh," and I forgot to tell you guys. Okay, so I always have like two things of water off to the side. You guys can see it really quickly. So that one is dirty, one is clean. And the reason why I go over that every single time I go live, because you never know who's watching that's new. And I'm getting a lot of new subscribers. So shout out to the new people. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, I go over it every time because it's always somebody new and you never know what they know. So anyway, I have reached out. I'm using my regular watercolor brushes, like my specialty brushes. Hold on. Hold up. Ooh. Sorry, I need to turn up my mic really quick. Yeah, so like I said, you never know because I had like reached out to this artist one time and I'm like, "Yo, how do you like mix brown and stuff?" And so you should never be mean to people because you never know, they may be able to help you one day. And he was like so mean, and then he didn't even answer me. He just like rolled his eyes and was like, "Whatever, I'm not even gonna answer you," because like I guess he felt he was above it all. He's one of those big artists. So he felt like he didn't really need to answer me. He's like, "Oh, I don't need to answer you," right? So I'm like, "Okay." Like, okay. And like, mind you, now I know how to paint better than him. So there. So there. Okay. It's not that serious, sis. Okay. It is not that serious for real. So yeah, anyway, somebody put the timestamps because we finally getting started after I talked my shit. Oh, after I yapped and talked my crap, right? I'm also putting out this like tangerine color. All right, sorry, I was just checking something really quick. Check it. Exactly. Like, ooh, not you getting cocky, sis. And I was just asking a question, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are so mean, especially when you're a new artist. This is part of why I started this channel because so many people, and of course, they end up looking just like us. And they act think like, oh, why don't I don't even need like I shouldn't even be talking to you because you're like a new artist, like ew. You know, like so elitist and stink. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's get started. I am gonna use my small brush here, and it's like a little small filbert looking brush, and that way I can get some more details. And I've already wet it. I kind of know what I'm gonna do, cause look, we started it last week, but I didn't want to start it. See, this is what I was supposed to finish it, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. So yeah, okay, okay, girl. All right, let's mix a little bit of colors. I don't know what in the world. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit of that pink, magenta, my favorite color, cooler. Right, you gotta add the little, you know, French vernacular, cooler. Right, that's how you know it's good when you say cooler. When you be like cooler. Don't mind me because I'm bugging out. I started working out lately, so my brain is on 10 today. All right, so I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of pink. I mean the apricot, whatever. I don't know, because the apricot is a little bit of pink too. I don't know. I don't have a clue what I do with my reference photo either. What did she do with it? I don't know. We don't know, girl. So let's color a little bit of this in. Like that's very little color right there. That is like mostly watered down. So kind of when that dries, you're gonna have to go back in with another layer. Matter of fact, let me zoom you in. Are you ready? You ready? Come on, get ready. Boom. Boom. Blackout. Okay, I zoomed you in. Look at the camera work. Okay. All right, so I'm adding this pink color to the places I feel like I'm gonna need it. There's a lot of little details in the headpiece. So it's kind of important that you take your time to kind of get things, just like you want to see them. So I'm just like going around using the same color to figure out what I want. So yeah, like that's why I say, be nice to people because you never know when you're gonna need that person, or if like, they get to a place where they're like more accomplished than you. You never know what's in somebody. Um like it just takes one time to like pour into somebody for them to feel good and like yeah. I'm just saying you never know. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Oh, that's not what I wanted though. Just add some of that here. Oh, you can't see that. You can't see it. All right, there we go. We're doing the butterfly. 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 That's every time I hear that, I'm like thinking we in a club in New York. Butterfly. Hey, love from India. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, exactly. It's hard. Like it's hard to mix brown. It's hard to mix brown. Like, come on, my guy. It's like he was not understanding whatsoever. Like it really is. Cause I'm like, he was so mean for real. Thanks, Paul. So yeah, I was like, you were like so mean, and you don't need to do all that. You know what I'm saying? So mean. I'm spraying my palette because it's getting cray cray. All right, so I'm gonna jump around so I can remember we want. All right, most of the stuff is pink, so we're gonna do a lot of pinks. I'm gonna get a little bit of a darker pink right here and mix it in here. just to give me like a little bit of a darker color. And I'm gonna do it here. Just to give like a variation to the flowers a little bit, right? And I'm still gonna leave like some white spots. I mean, you can go in with darker colors, and you don't necessarily have to do it these colors either. You don't have to do it that color. And I mean, I'm gonna also go in, and you have to like kind of reinforce these stuff anyway. Because you got to go in and do like some shadows and all that anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, so he was pretty freaking mean. So I don't know. And that's not, I mean, I could tell you if I sit here and tell you how many stories of like, that's why they tell you sometimes like don't meet your idols. Don't meet your idols, y'all. Cause you'll be disappointed every time almost. Every single time for real. You will actually be disappointed. I'm telling you, I met some of these people that I'm like, oh no. Like if people only knew how nasty of a person you are for real, they would be shocked. They would be actually shocked. Sorry, I'm about to get a grocery delivery, so I'm like kind of looking at that at the same time. You got to be able to multitask, bro. Multitask. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the some of this stuff, I'm gonna just do like different pinks, different variations of pink, but you don't have to do necessarily what I'm doing. You could do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm just I need to take a gander at this page real quick. Wait, where is it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Wait, hold on, y'all. We only have one very country. Wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Fruit punch is good. Sorry, I had to get that makes so much sense. Now I know why my microphone was sounding like that. I was like, not my microphone sounding crazy. Not my microphone sounding crazy. My microphone sounded like that because I didn't have my right microphone plugged in. That was the mic from the damn my camera. No wonder. All right. All right. So now we're gonna switch over to doing like some of the leaves and stuff. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of ooh, I didn't put out oh yeah. I'm gonna zoom you guys out again. All right. So I'm gonna put out some regular yellow also. We're gonna need that. It has a lot of foliage on top of her head. Okay. So you can get different type of greens depending on the yellow that you put in the green, right? So, or depending on the yellow you use to mix the green. So we use like the bright, like lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, anything like that. It's gonna end up being like a golf course green or whatever, right? So it'll be like a golf course green versus if you use like a yellow ochre, it's going to be an olive green. So you see the differences? That's the difference. Olive green, golf course green. So it depends on the yellow that you use. All yellows are not created equal, right? I kind of want an olive green, so I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to put the olive green, kind of sparingly wherever. I like the olive green because it looks more natural versus like the golf course green. Right? And I'm gonna put it like in every other petal. And the other ones are gonna have a different type of green. A different type of green. And it's a lot of green in here, so you can do different variations of it. I think in the original picture, she has like a lot of. It's mostly like golf course green. However, I just changed the hue of it a little bit because I don't like it. That looks artificial. You can do what you want, girl. I mean, you could do the golf course green, girl. Like, ain't nobody stopping you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody stopping you. Like, if you love it, you know, if you like it, I love it. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy, you know? Life is short. Instead of just do a different variation, you can add more yellow, and then that'll make it a little more yellow. Right? So green is a very fun kind of color. I never used to like green, really. I never used to like green like that. Like green and see, it's a very versatile color, green. Very versatile, you guys. I don't know why my nose is running. I hope I'm not getting sick. 'Cause when you got kids, God Lord, they like a damn incubator, boy. They like a breeding ground for, or it could just be my allergies. And you should always have some paper towel. I have paper towel off here to the side to kind of dabble with my brush as I kind of flow through. Dabble with the brush as I flow through. I just realized that is like a butterfly right there. I just realized what she was, girl. I just realized it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I'm just going around, kind of taking my time to do what I need to do. I'm trying to do the best with what I got. Oh man, that's funny. Oh, laddie. I cracked myself up. Huh? Gotta love it. Oh man. And I'm like answering myself too. This is what happens when you stay in your studio just doing art all the time. You start losing it. It's like it's gonna get to the point where you start talking to the pet rock in the corner. Oh man, and your family has to like throw you some meat into the studio like you a dog. That's when you know you need to really get it together. All right, well, let's spray again. I want to always stay. You want to keep this stuff moist, especially acrylic gouache. You don't really need to do it as much when you have watercolor and regular gouache because it stays. You can always rehydrate it, but you could always rehydrate it, girl. You can always rehydrate it, girl. Next time I'll do like a painting with maybe some jelly gouache so you guys can kind of see a little bit. And the fun thing about greens is that you can add all sorts of fun colors in it, like browns, brown, green, different yellows go together really, really good when it comes to like foliage and stuff. It goes together good, girl, like peanut butter and jelly. All right, so I'm gonna mix my. Now I'm gonna get my olive green because I mixed my yellow ochre in it, and you see it gives me a darker. Oh, hold on, y'all. My food is almost here. Hold on, hold on. All right, so I had to tell the boy to go down. The boy. That's kind of the joys of having kids is that sometimes you don't have to actually get up and do anything. You can tell them to do it. I think that's one of the joys of like having children is that people forget that you're going to get older and then, you got to be nice to them so that they can drive you to your doctor's appointments and not throw you down the stairs or put you in a nursing home and they can go get your groceries. You know what I'm saying? So I added a little bit of blue to the green. You see how many variations of green I can get just with a few colors, just with blues and yellows. You can add so many variations of green. So that's why you can't sleep on green, right? I added a little bit of a darker green because I'm gonna do her headband. You go, girl. Get your headband on, okay? So pretty much, I don't know about y'all, but that's why I had kids, so I could be driven around in my old age and hopefully, and like when my partner can no longer see and we have like false hips and shit, you know? Like bring on the false hip. No, don't bring it on. Don't bring it on. Don't wish that on nobody, boy. Ooh, boy. Nobody wants a false hip, okay? Alrighty then. So the beautiful bouquet. Oh, I forgot to put out burnt umber, which is another favorite color of mine. Burnt umber. And some black. I think I'm running out of burnt umber. Oh no, it is. Right there. Which I'm gonna need for the skin tone. That's usually what I use burnt sienna for. I meant to say burnt sienna. And I put out some black. Not that I may need it, but you never know. You never know. Okay. You never know, baby. Oh, I put out a little bit of burnt umber. I'm washing off my brush off the side. Mm, a little bit of that and a little bit of that. And we're gonna add some like straight up yellow. Just to give like variation. They would do like the darker one for all right. That is an A+ so far for our camera, you guys, because usually by this time we would be lagging and sagging. Lagging and sagging. And I know y'all was tired of it, but y'all was troopers though. Y'all didn't say no. Y'all ain't say nothing about it. Which I appreciate for real. I don't remember what color that flower is. Little teeny tiny flower off into the corner. I don't remember. I don't recall. Let me see. Where is oh, there it is. Okay, I was looking for my small brush. You gotta be careful not to mix this stuff though. Don't mix it, y'all. Don't mix it. Don't mix it, girl. Don't mix it. All right, so we're gonna start on the left side of the hair. I'm gonna start with that since I already have my pink out. And then we kind of work on her eyes and stuff. Now remember, if you add red and green together, it's gonna make a dark color, like a dark brown. It's a dark red. So be mindful if you have green on your palette and you mix it with the red or the pink, it's gonna make it a dark red. And I don't want that. So guess what I'm gonna do? Because I'm kind of sort of done with the green for now, at least. I'm gonna. What in the world, boy? Why you bust up in here like the Gestapo? God damn! I thought like the popo had broke down the door and was getting ready to send us to Guantanamo Bay. Jesus Christ, boy! This kid. You guys committed crime before, huh? Oh, see it. I'm gonna wipe it out because it has. This is the only mixing area, so I'm gonna wipe it out. Nah, water is climate change. Climate change. Climate change. Sickening, man. Absolutely sickening. No. The birds are chirping. Yeah. Oh, the birds are chirping. I thought I swear to God, I thought the Gestapo had busted up in here, and we was about to be sent to El Salvador for real. Cause not you busting up in here like that. Okay, so here's the original photo, you guys, if you want to see it. That's the original photo. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Lots of pinks. It's a fairy nymph. Lots of lovely. Da da da. Now that's a bright ass pink. So we're gonna see we could actually match that color the best of our ability. Okay, how do we match that color? How do we do it, Danielle? Right? How? Now you can do it two ways. I would go light to dark because that's kind of the only rule you're gonna get when it comes to watercolors and gouache is that you need to go light to dark. So when I say light to dark, like but versus when you do oil paint or acrylic, you want to do dark to light. So if you make it too dark too early, it's gonna be hard to change it. So that's why I say light. So we're gonna go light, right? You can't beat that. I'm gonna add a little bit of this apricot to kind of mute some of this couleur. Okay. You know, you got to say like that couleur. And it actually gives me a nice, beautiful, like muted pink. Like it really, I think it has orange in it because it really, see how it's like the more orange or apricot that I add, the more muted the pink. And it's going to start turning more of like a reddish. See, and that gives you like, I don't even know what sort of pink that is, but yeah. The more muted, y'all. So now that I kind of have the pink I want a little bit, I'm gonna add a little more of this to put it more warmer. I want it to be a little bit more warm, but I'm gonna add a lot of water because I don't want. I mean, I could go in and like do what I want because once it dries, you're gonna have to go in with another layer anyway because that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to watercolor and gouache. Versus gouache, not necessarily because if you add a lot of pigment, it's gonna be thick like acrylic. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of white just to kind of kill all of that out. Because I'm gonna lighten it all together. All right, so that'll kind of give me what I'm looking for, right? And that still kind of gives me a very pigmented kind of color. Gives me very pigmented. And you want to work quickly, especially when you're dealing with like gouache. You definitely want to work quickly. Remember what I said, be careful of, you want to go light as possible. Be mindful of whether you are mixing it with that green. Make sure your greens are dry because if you mix it with that green, it's going to mix and it's going to look insane and it's not going to look nothing like what you're trying to have it look like. That's why I took the green out of my palette. I'm leaving some areas. I'm gonna let them remain white. Some of these areas I'm gonna allow to be just straight up white because that'll kind of that will definitely signify now and there. Sorry, I had to. It'll make sense later. Okay, just let it dry, let it marinate because this is supposed to be like the inside of her neck, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. But it's supposed to be the inside of her neck, so just go with it, girl. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Isn't this fun, you guys? Like, oh my god, right? Very fun, very wonderful. And that's kind of why I did the lines. I made sure I kind of outlined the different strands in her hair. So in case you actually use my coloring page, it's just it makes it more full and it makes it where you don't have to do as much shading. Like naturally, if I didn't add these lines into the hair, you would have to create them by putting in shadows, blah, 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 blah. And in this instance, now we don't have to do it because boom, the work is done for us. Okay. All right. So for this, we're going to just go like that. Lots of pink. Can you tell I like pink? Can you tell I like pink yet? I don't know. I don't think it's enough pink. I don't think it's enough pink. I don't. I don't think it's enough pink. What y'all think? Is it enough pink? I don't know. So you see, I kind of went over these strands and I went in kind of like adding a little bit of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't think I'm explaining it right. I just don't. Like, can you talk? Do you know how to explain things properly? Do you know how to explain things properly? I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this: the devil has been working hard today, okay? Because I almost didn't get on here with y'all. Murphy's Law. I was having all sorts of issues with um my Wi-Fi, all sorts of issues, you guys. Okay, Murphy's Law for real. All sorts of issues. All right. So now we kind of did the preliminary like hair and all of that. But we still got to go in and add way more color. And now you see why I'm saying go light to dark, meaning start out light and you could always darken things, add shadows, yada, yada, yada. Okay. And funny thing, like if you guys could see me, I have a pink tumbler or a Stanley cup, whatever you want to call it, like off here to the side that I'm drinking. Look, y'all. So I got my pink. Like that's how you know you're a mom when you or you like go to the gym or you want to make sure you get enough water. Like this is what you get. Okay. So I got my pink thing, and if you actually see me, I have a pink bonnet on, my pink headphones so I can hear what I'm saying in the headphones, and I got on a pink Disney shirt. I'm telling you, stay away from TikTok because TikTok is the devil. It just is. TikTok be having you buy all sorts of crap you don't need. All right, so I'm gonna do her skin tone. I didn't even think about buying one of these things. I mean, I did think about buying it because my doctor's like, you don't get enough water. You're not drinking enough water. You're dehydrated. That's why you're not feeling well. Da da da. Right? Sorry. Speaking of water, I drank some water. Anyway, yeah. Like funny how when you're young, when you're in your 20s or even early 30s, you don't need a lot of water. I mean, you need water, but you never realize how much water you actually need until you hit like 40s and things start percolating. And you're like, yeah. Your body's like, excuse me, where's the water? All right, so now let's do her skin tones. We're gonna add some of this, some of this. I usually use yellow ochre for skin tone. You already got a little bit of that's gonna kind of overpower that. I added the apricot because that gives me very light. It's like, yeah. And then if you add white sparingly, especially if you're doing a brown skin girl or any sort of brown person, you don't really need too much white for real. She is kind of light skinned though, so brown skin girl. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna zoom in so I can get the facial features. That's a little bit kind of too orangey. I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's brown, but yeah. It's brown, but I mean, is it the brown I want? This is kind of thick though, what I'm putting on right now. All right, so that's a little bit better. A little bit better. I kind of like that a little more. She has a lot of red on the face. This is a whole lot lighter than it looks on camera though. So I'm adding a lot more white as I get to like the bridge of the nose and stuff. I'll zoom in a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. Sorry, I had a coughing fit for a minute. Maybe just my luck, right? This has quite a lot of like pink undertones in it too. So I'm gonna mix that in because it kind of sort of has some pink undertones. Kind of like reddish undertones. Let's just say that. Fun makeup, you know? Remember, everything's gonna look crazy until it doesn't. So just go with it. Everything looks crazy until it doesn't. Okay. I mean, can you be a forest nymph without a red nose and like weird so make sure you blend this stuff too. Blend it out the best you can. Blend, 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 blend. If you kind of catch this stuff at the right moment, you can still blend it out. Right? Catch the stuff at the right moment, y'all. Catch it at the right moment. Right, and then you just take your brush and you like scrub it with just water. And you can do a lot of blending with just that. Let's do. I'm going with a small brush and kind of get in behind these leaves. Or if you have one of those brushes that has like a tip, you could do it like that too. The tip. All right, so we kind of did the face. Oh, we got to do the forehead. 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 Put more of a like a red tone under here. Because that makes sense. And then up here is going to be like lighter. So then we'll do like more of like a light color up here. Nice little nymph we have going on, right? Nice little nymph. So we're getting some great progress here. I'm loving that. And put some. All right, I'm gonna zoom out, you guys. It's looking good. Looking good. And we're gonna add. But I think I added a little bit of red into it. A little bit of that. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Right? I'm going into the straight up red to kind of give me what I'm looking for. All right, so before we do the chest, we're gonna work on her eyes and lips, and we do her eyes and lips, and I need to change out my water too, and we need to take a break. Break time. We are approximately an hour and 33 minutes in. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe if you happen to be watching on the replay. But yeah, we're not done now. We're not done now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're not done. We just getting started for real. So make sure y'all buckle up. I'm gonna paint the ear. I will paint the ear though. I will paint the ear. You gotta have an elf ear. You feel what I'm saying? Especially if you're gonna be, nymphing around the world. You gotta have an elf ear. It's just a must. So she has a lot of red. So I'm gonna add a little bit of. Hold on, I can't. What in the world? What in the world? I'm gonna get a little bit of pink. Right? A little bit of red. She has quite a bit of red. Going like across the nose, over the nose. I think I might have added too much red though. Too much red. Now the key, if you think you made a mistake and you happen to be using acrylic gouache, go in right away and kind of buff it out with like a wet rag, and you can kind of dissipate whatever you feel is not right. Just buff it out. All right, so she has a pink lip. Let's do pink lip. And the top lip is always a little bit darker, so we're gonna do that. I personally love a good red lip, but you know what you're gonna do when they come for you, type of thing. You know what you gonna do when they come for you. Ow. I'm kind of going in with the same exact color that I'm using. To kind of outline underneath her chin. Then I'm gonna kind of buff it out so it has like a faded thing, you know? Nice and faded. All right, so that's good. Good to go. Now I'm just putting in, adding a little bit of like darker shadow color. To kind of give things more dimension. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah. And again, I'm not touching the neck yet because, and I'm going to try to see if I can. Leave it and I'll leave it. So wherever we'll leave. I'm just going over certain parts of the hair and leaving other parts to be more like dark. Because I want to give the hair like more dimension. That one's going to be more red. Way more red. I'm loving the hair right now, though. Very illustrative of me. So as you can see, I'm going in. I need more thing. I'm going in with to put in shadows with the pure color of like the whatever this is, the what's the name? We're doing pure magenta, my girls. Pure magenta. That's what we're doing. Like you do, right? Pure magenta. Okay. So at the bottom, I'm going in and I'm kind of leaving like half of the whatever it is, like blank. I don't know how to explain it, but like the strand, right? Because if you think about it, if you think about it, your hair has movement, right? So I'm trying to kind of capture that movement when it comes to the hair flowing and yada yada yada, right? So all while sticking my hand in the paint, because that's how you do it. Are you truly living unless your whole hand is in the paint? Right? I don't think you are. I really don't think you are. If your whole hand is not in the paint, you're not truly living, bro. Are you truly living? No. Right? I don't think you are truly living your best life. So I'm going in, like I said, almost with like straight magenta, because that's going to kind of give me. Think of it more of like outlining the strands. Outline the strands, bro. That's how you do it. Outline the strands. And then I'm kind of blending at the same time because I don't want so much of like a harsh line. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna like blend. All I can say about it is this practice, right? Because it's not something that's instinctual. It kind of takes time to figure it out. So kind of practice it a little bit. Just a little bit. I haven't really touched the other side. So this is going to be more of like not necessarily a realistic representation of the portrait, I mean of the picture, but you can still have something look like a person without capturing it realistically. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, I'm kind of just going in and putting shadows and like darker color inside certain aspects of the hair, right? Trying not to stick my hand in the paint at the same time, which which is not working the way I wanted to. It's not really working the way I thought it would. Okay. Okay. So this is why it was important to lay down that kind of first foundation of light pink color, because then you have like a you kind of have like a base to work with. It's always going to be darker towards the face. It's always going to be darker towards the face. Because it's less light getting into that area. And look at that, black out, right? And I'm taking just clean water and lifting up the areas that I didn't want around. And as it dries, it's going to come lighter and lighter. And she's coming together. Okay, she is coming together. This part of her, I don't even know what you call it. I'm gonna have to make that darker to make it stand out on her face because it looks kind of like very similar to her skin tone. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna have that same mixture and I'm gonna fix I'm gonna leave a little bit of that peach showing through to kind of signify it's possibly a stone. And we're gonna just kind of allude to it. You don't have to be super realistic with it. It's not that important. It's not that serious. Just having fun, doing a little illustration here and there. You know what I'm saying? I will say when I was first starting out like painting and stuff, like everything had to be perfect. I was like super serious about it. Everything had to be hyper realistic. But I realized you could also make something and you can give the impression of something. And I realized things that have more brushstrokes and more movement are also beautiful and lovely at the same time too. Like if you look at my earlier work, a lot of my stuff was very realistic, very, hyper realism. Everything had to be a certain way. Da 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 da. Bap 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 bap. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. It's just, it's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's just, you know, I realize also that you can kind of make your work too tight, too too stiff, too realistic when you start getting caught up in that. So now I really find joy in doing things that are like also illustrative, more impressionistic. It has a lot of brushstrokes in it and movement and things like that. And I guess that's the fun of finding your style and kind of experimenting and figure out what's good for you, what's going to look good, what's not going to look good. As you start to realize that, yeah, I mean, and I think also I probably got burnt out from doing hyper realism because um I used to do a lot of commissions, and that will kind of kill your your whole thing of wanting everything to be super realistic, especially when it has to do with your personal work, because a lot of people wanted my portraits because I made it look like them as close as I can get it, right? So yeah. Like hyper realistic, blah blah blah, like da da da, So they want, and I mean, it's great. People want your work or whatever, and they want to, things to be whatever. But let's see. Oh no, my thing is drying out. Not you drying out. Come on, buddy. Don't dry out on me. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Yeah, yeah. Like, oh no. Oh no. So yeah, that kind of, I think that in the end kind of threw me off from wanting to things to be like super realistic, super like, now I'm like, do I really care about that? Not really. Do I really care about that? You know what I'm saying? No, no, I don't think so. Not as much as I thought I would. Not as much as I thought I would. All right, so let's do the nostrils really quick. Now, in the picture, I don't know if I'm gonna do all the wild makeup. Again, that's the great thing about being an artist and kind of having your own mind and your own utility, you can see a reference photo. Like here's the reference photo here. So you can see a reference photo. And let me turn my thing down. So yeah, you can see all of that, but it's a lot of like eye makeup. It's very extravagant. It's like basically this is her thing. I will make the eye color the green that I see it in, which is very pretty. I will put some kind of white highlight, but I'm kind of liking the way it's turning out, especially once we add kind of like the green in there. Let's do a little bit of eye activity. All right, we're drying out slowly, you guys. We're drying out. Yes. So if you join this stream, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. If you like what you're seeing, you enjoying today's live stream, it really helps the sister out on the algorithm. Don't forget to hit that like button, y'all. All right. So I like kind of like the green. So we're going to do a quick green eye. I have like kind of like some lime green kind of color right here, but I'm going to add a little bit of blue in it because that's kind of going to give me what I want a little bit. It kind of did the work for me, huh? Hey. That kind of did the work for me, yeah? It's a little messy, but it'll work. It will work. And I can still see the pupils that I kind of outlined. Yes, and don't forget to comment, you guys, and let me know what you think of today's drawing, painting. If you're enjoying this theme, what you would like to see from the channel, because we back every single week, same time, same place. Except this week is more of like a bonus stream. So yeah, this is more like extras, right? I don't know about y'all, but I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying this sort of theme. Yes, yes, indeed. So this is an extra. Read all about it type of stream. Okay. And I have paint all over my hands. I need to wash my hands, replenish my water. Okay. Replenish the waters. because the water is like totally muddy. That's the thing. When you're painting with gouache, watercolors, and stuff like that, you have to frequently change your water or you're going to have a problem. Like, look. Here's the proof, you guys. Look. See, the water is turned totally pink and peach. So you know what's going to happen when I start using other colors? It's going to start bugging out. Oh, no. Ew. What is that? It's a clump of hair. Yuck. What is that? Like, what is that? Like, ew, brother. I never can get that damn meme out of my head. Like, ew, brother. Ew. All right. So I'm going to be right back. I need to replenish my water and I need to stretch. Get some water. Make sure you stretch. Let your painting fully dry before you go in with the next couple of layers. You know, even come back to it another day with some fresh eyes and stuff like that. So you can kind of see where the mistakes are or where you need to touch things up and blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to change the water and do all the things, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'll be right back. Hey, y'all, we are back and better than ever. Sorry it took me so long. I had to change the water. So we got fresh water now. And I had to put away the groceries. I forgot I had groceries. But she's coming together. She's looking beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to try to beat the light here. And I have to make dinner in a minute, too. You know, a mommy's job is never done. And drink some water because I know my partner's going to start nagging me because he said, "Oh, you don't drink enough water." Like, sis, why you in my water drinking business? Like, for real. All right, let's turn the light up real quick. You don't drink the water. Like, boy, if you don't get out my face and mind your business, mind the business that pays you. Yeah, that album will be released in 2026. And you know what it's called? It's called Mind the Business That Pays You 2.0. Okay. Wait, what did I do with it? Oh man, I cracked myself up. So I mean the green eye is just a basic green eye. We're not gonna get to too much into too much detail because, like I told you, I'm not doing a lot of detail like that. This is just a beautiful like nymph in the woods kind of illustration. The more detail you put into something, the more realistic it will be. You can really go hyper realism with the eye, and this is a very small eye, so you can't really. I don't think it's big enough to even put a lot of detail into for real. I don't think it's big enough. Okay. All right. I just put on my light, so this will be a lot more clear because it's getting dark a little bit. It's still light out, but it's not. It's like dark. So I put my light on, and so I could see, you could see, we could all see, and we could all like feel like we're living life. Okay. All right, so we got brown. Do I have brown somewhere? I'm gonna get a brown pencil, or I could use a marker. And or right, brown Bueller. Where's the damn marker at? I mean, I got the marker in my hand, but this is not really what I want, though. I don't think. Let me see. Kind of, sort of. It might work. Kind of works. That'll work. I just wanted to go in there and outline the what you call it. the whatchamacallits. Okay. And I'm gonna go in into the eyebrows as well, like you do. Like you do. That kind of gave me more of a I'm just outlining her face because I like the way outlines look, but you don't have to do this though. You really don't. You can kind of do what makes you happy, you know? Going underneath the lash. Going underneath the lash like you do. Now I'm doing this with a brown, kind of like water-based marker, not an alcohol marker. Because alcohol markers will bleed through. So I'm kind of just going in with this because it's brown and it's not going to give me too dark of like an outline because I don't want too dark of an outline. This is all dry, so that's good. You don't want to do this when this is wet. So hopefully you guys know that because if you're going when it's wet, it's going to be a disaster. Right? Disaster. It's going to be a disaster area. I'm just going in reinforcing some of these lines because I painted over them. I mean, you don't have to do this. This is just a step that I want to do for my illustration, but you can do whatever you want. Because remember what I say, it's your world. We just living in it, sis. Okay? It is your world. We just living in it. If you guys are wondering what sort of marker this is a Tombow. What is it? Tomo Mononoke? Don't get me lying. I have no idea. Or maybe I'm thinking of a totally different pen, but it is a Tombow water based like marker. I really love these. I love them so much. I use them on almost everything, especially when it comes to like my daily planner. I put it in my daily planner a lot. So yeah, and I have like all the colors over here. So I use a lot of these a lot. If that makes sense. But I use a lot of these a lot. Okay. If it makes any sense. Like look, you could even use it here. See, you can add more dimension if you go like inside of the crevice. Get your dimension in, girl. Like the more you do it, the more dimension you will get. Right? And this is also a good way to think about it. Like if you're the type of person where maybe your hand isn't as steady and you can't really paint steady or something like that. And this is something you could think about. You're not really a person that can paint very steady. You get you a Tombow like marker. And the good thing about it is you could actually use these and it doesn't bleed through your paper. That's kind of why I don't use alcohol markers on this sort of illustration because it would bleed through my paper. It would definitely bleed through your paper. So you could even use it on you could use it on the strands as well. Like if you want to do extra like whatever. But again, you would have to have the colors that you actually want in order to use it on the different strands and stuff like that. Use it on the da-da-da-da. So yeah, so that's the idea, right? You could actually use this and do like different parts and blah blah blah. And blah blah blah. Now actually on the like you could even use it in the flowers, right? You want to add some like um some more of like a pink color. You could use it on the flowers. Use it like right here underneath that berry and like pop out certain sides of the berry. You know what I'm saying? Add some dimension, go into the thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use it on this butterfly right here. And because it has like this small tip, you can do that. Yeah. No. Mama, may I please? No. Right? So that's a good way. And if you just focus right here, oh, you can't even see that. Can y'all see that? Well, I just let me zoom in a little bit. See that? And this could be a fun little way to color. Like I even found some new water-based markers, and I think I'm definitely gonna go and buy and purchase them at a later date and buy them and stuff like that. Kind of add them to add it to the repertoire, y'all. Add it to the repertoire. And you see how that added dimension because I'm just like focusing most of the color right here at the bottom. And let me see. I could even go in with a purple. Was it purple? Oh, this is more of like a two different type of, I don't even know what you call these colors, like purple, magenta. And then I can go right here. And these are darker. Like I can go right here. Right? Go right at the bottom right there. Go right at the bottom. And this is fun. I didn't even think about I could actually go in and add, you could like add little branches. See, I'm like adding the branches. Go in, add little branches. Because it has that little tip right there. So you can go in and you can like add little branches. Same thing here. Because in this sort of thing, you would have like little branches or stems or whatever inside of here. So you definitely can do that. And that's what makes things beautiful. Like, and then you go into the eye. I can do it in the eye. Go into the eye. Okay. Ew. Round. Scratch your eye out. Round. Okay. Where else can we put like a little branch? A little branch. I be saying stupid shit. I'm telling you. Sometimes I listen back to like my live streams or videos, and I be saying this like the craziest stuff for real. For real, girl. You be saying the craziest stuff. Look, I colored his little booty cheeks in. Look right there. Pinterest showing me all these cute nail ideas. Meanwhile, I don't even get my nails done anymore. I had my Pinterest so long that a lot of the stuff that's on there I don't even do anymore. I do my nails at home now. I don't get my nails done anymore. It's funny how with age, all the things that you thought was like so freaking important to you when you was like in your 20s and 30s and just in your teens, like I have been getting my nails done for so freaking long. It was like one of the most important things to me of all time. Like anybody I ever dated had to get my nails done. My mom got my nails done when I was like 14. So I don't know, I'm just reminiscing about it because it's just funny the things that are just no longer important. The things you're like, yeah, it's just I don't know. Things that I thought was like so freaking important then, it just isn't important anymore. It really isn't. Cause I mean, I thought like I would die, like, or I thought I would, like it would be the end of the world if I didn't get my nails done. Like that's how serious it was. It was serious business, girl. Serious, serious business to get your nails done. It just was. Yeah, really serious business it was to get your nails done and do whatever you had to do. You know what I'm saying? All right. All righty then. Oh, I forgot I had this. This is also a good like water-based marker if you guys are ever looking for water-based markers. This is not like a marker stream, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just showing you. Sometimes people are really like curious the type of materials you use. So MIDI liners are really, really good. Mild liners. I don't know why I said MIDI. Mild zebra mild liners. They're really, really good. I think this is like a Japanese brand, if I'm not mistaken. So you might not be able to get them right now because you know who is on a rampage. Anyway, so I'm gonna use this because this is gray. So I'm actually gonna use it. It comes in handy. You might not be able to get them, girl. Because Captain Crazy Pants is like, You know what he reminds me of is somebody that not somebody, but like a dictator. Well, yeah, yeah, pretty much. No, not a dictator. It's more like a king. Like back in the day, they had kings and queens and da da da, right? And the kings would like get in the mood and get pissed off. And you were like if you was at court, right? You was part of the court and you would have to like dance to whatever whim the king felt. Like the king, like Henry the Eighth, he might be a Gemini too. Because Henry VIII was a notorious king. I mean, he's one of the most famous kings out there because why? He had 8 wives. He lived a very long time. I think he reigned over England for like 58 years or something like unheard of until Elizabeth II. And they said he was notorious for just like he had massive mood swings. He would like just chop your head off or do whatever to you. Combined with the fact that he also had like gout. So they said his leg was like rotting off and it would stink. So, but yet you still had to sleep with him. It was the most insane thing. Most insane, unhinged thing. But yeah. See, I'm talking shit. That's why I'm choking. Yep. That's why I'm choking because I'm talking shit. Oh man. Okay. Talking stuff. All right, so let's fill in her chest and kind of work our way from there. From there. Wait, hold on. I cannot wait. Apparently, I'm taking too long, you guys, because my child said he's has his water, he has his plate out, begging for more porridge. Okay, apparently I'm starving him. Anywho, obviously I'm in the. Okay, let's do her chest. Again, she has extravagant makeup. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that though. I think I have. What do I have though? Oh, I have my jelly roll. Again, I don't know how good this thing is. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see if we could outline it with. See how steady my hand is. Let's see. I mean, I could use this though. I don't know. This is like a chalk pencil. I don't know if this is gonna work. Again, this is like a chalk pencil, so I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Apparently, according to my son, I'm like purposely trying to starve him, right? I am purposely trying to starve him, right? I don't know. What y'all think? Maybe, right? I'm like purposely not feeding him, even though he's taller than me now and he's like huge at 11 years old, 10 years old. But apparently, I'm trying to starve him. So, you heard it here first. I didn't know boys eat so much. I really didn't. Nobody sent me the memo when I had a boy. Cuz my daughter didn't eat like that. I don't know. I guess girls do eat, which is crazy because we retain the most damn fat though. Well, I guess we have to retain fat so we can have the damn babies and stuff. But I mean, goddamn. I mean, goddamn. Right? Nobody sent me the memo. And we retain all the fat because how many times have you seen like a husband, like a wife that has like, or a woman that has had, five kids, three, even one or two kids. I'm not even gonna lie to you, one or two kids, and their bodies like shot to hell and back, and they all, lumpy and frumpy. They've done gained like 50,000 pounds, and then you see the husband, and he's like skinny or whatever, and you're like, what the hell, man? How did you get skinny like that? Like I said, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Let me stop messing around with this damn marker. I think I'm doing way too much stuff that I don't want to do. Let me get away from it. Way too much stuff, y'all. Like, if y'all know what it is, you tell me. Because I don't know. I really don't. I'm trying to get to the elixir of life and try to figure out why we end up being fat and frumpy. But I guess a part of it is I guess if you don't take care of yourself too, because it's important to kind of, I guess, make sure that you're staying on top of it, I guess. Staying on top of stuff, and you're like, stay on top of it, y'all. I don't know. Stay strong and stay on top of it. That's only the advice I can give you, because um I mean, for me, I've been a big girl all my life. I've always been big. I think it's only been like 2 times in my life that I've been like small. Well, not small, but like average, like medium, like 150 pounds, stuff like that. I mean, I don't think. Oh, can you see that? You can't see that. Okay. So I've always been like 200 plus, stuff like that. I've never been a small girl. Even when I was 12 years old, I was like 200 pounds. So to me, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not a type of person where I'm like, oh. So if I start working out and stuff like that, it's only because I want to get fit. Like now I'm doing a lot more working out as I'm getting older because I realize that it's important. Like if you want to live longer, it's important to live longer, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm thinking about is because I want to be able to live longer for my kids. I want to walk my son down the aisle. I want to meet whatever person that he decides to be with. You know what I mean? Um, I want to live long enough to buy a house and have all the nice things that I should have had. I don't know. Like, yeah. Like now my priorities have kind of shifted as I've gotten older. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Because when I was younger, I was never the type that was like insecure about my weight or like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm so fat. I hate it and nobody wants me. Girl, I ain't have no problems getting no man. So I was never the type to be like insecure about it. But it is a very insecure thing to be a bigger girl though. Like I'm not gonna hold you about that because sorry, I got caught up in my thoughts and I was trying to make sure I was focused. Stay focused, girl. Stay focused. Oh, there's supposed to be some greenery in there, isn't it? Yeah, there is. I don't know why I'm singing through every ounce of my being tonight. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so it's the priorities change as you get older. You start to like want different things. This is supposed to be green. That's supposed to be green. So we just painted over it, y'all. That was supposed to be like some greenery. So yeah, we just painted over it. It is what it is. Okay. All right, let's paint her. Whatchamacallit? me see. Let's paint her chest like you do. Let's paint it. And we're going to love it. Hold All right, I have to get some paper towel real quick. Hold on. I know this is kind of like a long live stream, but that's okay. You guys could always play me in the background as you kind of flow through your day while I talk my ish. And yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't figured out what I'm doing here, but let me see. Oh, okay. That kind of works a little bit. A little bit. It would help if it was even, right? It would help if it was even. It really would. All right. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with what's the name per se. I'm just adding a little bit of this jelly pen to the eye, like on one side, to give it a little bit of a highlight. A little bit of a highlight. That's what I was doing. All right, so let's see if we could do this tricky. I don't even know what it's called. You know, like right here where it has like, I don't even know what this is, but we're gonna try to like see if we can make it happen. I'm probably gonna screw it up, but I'm trying to figure out what side to start from. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna do it in one file swoop. I don't even know if I want it done. All right, so we kind of did it a little bit. I mean, I could always cover it up if I hate it. So far, I think I hate it, but what you gonna do, right? You gotta complete the look, baby. This thing is not pigmented enough. That's what it is. All right, so we get a little bit of pigment. A little bit of pigment. What you gonna do when they come for you, right? I don't know if I like it. Again, these things are not set in stone. If I don't like it, darling, we're going to get rid of it, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We getting rid of it if we don't like it. So I'm gonna let that marinate for a minute while we figure out her chest area. Right? Let it marinate for a minute. And a lot of times, like if I wasn't live streaming, I would never finish this in one night. For the most part, I would probably do half of it and then come back to it another day. So, and then that way, when you come back to it another day, it kind of have like fresh eyes, and you could always be like, "Oh, I do like it, or I really don't like it." You know what I mean? All right, let's just put some. I don't know why it's taking me so long to do the chest here, and my paint is slowly drying out. My child is starving. Hold on. I'm mixing all of this color together. Cooler, right? It's not right unless you have the French Creole accent. Cooler, you know what I mean? Right? You gotta have all the things, all the couleurs. Remember that when you mix one, you got to remember your mixes. So in the beginning, when I first started painting, I used to write what mixture. Like if I found a mixture that looks really good, I would write it down. Like what did I mix together? What's the ratio? Da 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 da. Right? Like how much white would I put in? How much brown would I put in? All that stuff. Right? So those are kind of the things that I think about. Right? Is this kind of what I want? Maybe. Maybe. But now that I'm kind of older, that's kind of what I want, right? Now that I'm older, you guys, not older. Now that I'm kind of more experienced in the painting, I know I kind of know what I like and what I don't. And I don't need to write down my ratios anymore because I mostly paint the same way every time. So I kind of know what I want to do. Remember, you don't need a lot of white, especially if you're painting somebody brown, but she is kind of light, so you could add a lot of white. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I think that the mixture is more interesting if you add a lot of different things in. I ran out of magenta, so I'm gonna add more red, and that's gonna give me an even different color. Wow! Now see how different that looks compared to the rest of it. Ay ay ay! Because I added way too much red. Right, I'll go back into the red. This is why I use, now you see why I use magenta, because it's, even though it's a very strong color, it's still muted versus red takes over everything, man. Every single thing red takes over. Alrighty then. Look at that, you guys. Blackout, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, in all actuality, you can add different colors. You can just do whatever you feel like you want to do. Sorry, I need to lift that up. All right, there we go. Very nice, you guys. Yay! So exciting. Just putting a little bit of white here and there. Very exciting stuff, you guys. Very exciting stuff. So yeah, that was lovely. That was really lovely, you guys. I hope you enjoyed tonight's live stream. If you made it to the end, you're an absolute superstar. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and all the things. Hit it, like it, love it, share it with your mommy, your sister, your brother. Check the schedule if you're on Discord. But you know what it is. We'll be back every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern time for Sketchbook Sundays. And if you like these extra bonus streams, let me know and I will try to go live a little more earlier in the week. That way, you know what I mean? Like for those of you that can't make it on Sundays or something like that, like you go to church or you have something to do, you could be able to do something else. You can turn the light on. So yeah, definitely I will be posting pictures of the finished product over on the community tab. I'll be posting it all in Discord, Instagram. Make sure you follow me on all socials. Everything is down in the description box below. And yeah, I need to go cook some dinner. I need to get my life together. I love you guys so, so much. And you know what it is. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye. I'll see you Sunday at 4 p.m.